Welcome back, folks, and as we kick into 2016 at TFNN, we have a new lineup, okay, and it's absolutely awesome. There's a few changes. One of the biggest changes is that Paige Clark, Nico Dahan, they are going to be kicking us off at 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning. They both have had a show on TFNN for a long period of time now on Fridays, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time, keeping people healthy. This show, which is really cool, folks, it starts at 7 o'clock in the morning, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and it's all about health. It's all about basically keeping people healthy. In the trading business and in the investment business, you have to be healthy in a huge way. So,
no doubt.
Tomorrow morning,
yeah, we're bright and early.
You're going to kick us off, I know.
We're really excited, Tom. We really are, because, you know, we have talked very often that we need more time.
Right.
Because there's not only, you know, talking about health and talking about eating, what you eat is probably 90% of health.
Right.
And the rest is, you know, exercise, keeping you in shape. But we've talked often about, we also like to go to the fringes of things and talk about what's really happening on the earth and everything like that.
Sure.
Because living a primal lifestyle, to me, means the first people who were here.
Right.
Who we know were healthy because the archaeological digs that they find people who were living off the land were much healthier than we were today.
That's right, Nico.
So that's the really basis for the show.
And, you know, folks, Nico's a personal trainer also, and I've been working out with Nico in how many years?
Oh, like 12, 15?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so,
it's been a long time.
And what happens, folks, in the investment, the trading business in general, you got to stay in shape. That's the bottom line, because, you know, you can make plenty of bread, but if you're not healthy, you're screwed. Excuse my language,
exactly.
But that's the bottom line, right?
Like the saying, you know, most people lose their health trying to gain their wealth. Then they spend their wealth trying to regain their health.
Yeah, and
we don't want anyone to have to do that. We want you to get healthy while you're sitting there today.
Yeah, and really, Paige is kind of the expert here when we talk about vitamins, minerals, what's in food.
Right.
She's been digging in this for many years, as have I. You know, my passion has always been to be healthy. The only problem was, over the last 50 years, I really have been searching because I've never felt quite right about it. Not until probably the last 6 or 7 years have I thought that I nailed it, at least for myself.
Well, you know it's wild. Okay, so picture this, folks. Over the course of the years, I'm sure that all of us have done a lot of different things to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And at one point, and you know, my son Tom will start cracking up here, and if Caitlin's listening to it, we thought we were the healthiest thing in the world. I bought a rice cooker, right?
Yeah.
And these poor kids, we were eating rice every day. I thought that was the best thing since, you know, apples.
Well, I did that too. Yeah, I went on a macrobiotic diet, which is all rice and little vegetables.
Yeah, right.
And it's really, you know, I felt good doing it because of what they were saying about it.
Sure.
But I never felt right in my body.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's a little bit of what Nico and I were talking about during the break. The real key thing, though, here is we want to get to the core things that keep people healthy. And it's about bringing the right nutrition in, taking the garbage out, and maybe suppression of cravings and things for the things that aren't healthy for us, and reducing stress. And, you know, whether you're a vegan or you're a paleo primal person, we'll meet you where you're at. But we're going to give you the facts and figures, and we're going to give them cutting-edge news, because that's what we do all week.
Yeah.
And folks, when you're listening here, right, we'd just like you to listen, okay? There is definitely a lot of, it wouldn't be controversy, but there's definitely going to be plenty of folks, you know, we were together New Year's, okay? And, you know, when Nico and I were talking, there's a couple other people who were talking, and this, when you open the conversation and you say that you eat butter with your coffee in the morning, people look at you like you got 8 heads, okay? Yeah. And they said, what are you talking about? And before Nico had got there, I explained to him, I says, you know what, Nico's coming, man. I got to let him explain it. I said, but I'm telling you, real fat is great for you.
If it's healthy fat.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
there's a lot of fat that isn't healthy for you.
Yeah, in a modern American diet, let's say, we have a lot of things that really are fuel, but it's the wrong fuel. It's like putting the wrong thing in your car.
Right.
And it took me a while to really figure out, at least for myself, what the fuel is. And the bottom line for me was, if you're hungry, you're probably on the wrong diet. Because even if you haven't eaten for hours and hours, if you're on the right diet, you're a little hungry, you know you have to eat, but you don't go crazy, you don't have the cravings, and you don't have that downtime with the sugar dropping,
right,
and you're going nuts. And that happened to me plenty of times in the past.
Sure.
It doesn't happen anymore.
Sure.
And it's a really liberating thing.
Right. So, the show on Friday, folks, outstanding show. The show Tuesday, Thursday, 7 o'clock in the morning. We're going to wake you up, get you going at 7. And remember, no matter where you're listening right now in your car, radio, you can get us right online at TFN, right on your cell phone at tfn.mobi. So,
yeah, you can listen live, but you can also listen on the podcast afterwards. So, I mean, it's the greatest thing, because in fact, my son says, "Oh, you're changing times. That's a bad time for me. Are you still going to podcast it?" Well, of course.
Sure.
We put it right on YouTube, and it's available on my site. It's available on the TFNN site.
Right.
It's available on YouTube.
But you're going to have the traders. The futures are open, man.
Well, yeah, and the big thing with trading is you need your energy, and you need
concentration and focus.
Yeah, concentration and focus. You need to know what you're doing, and you need to feel good about what you're doing. And I really do believe that if you eat the right food, and if you get a little bit of exercise in between, you're going to be fine.
Now, how are we going to... You're going to give them some exercises, right? Well, we're not going to kill you in the morning, folks, okay? But
no, what I want to do is every show, just before, we're going to put on the TFNN page. In fact, Tommy had told me there's one right on there. So if you go under the top news, and you look there, you'll find that where is that there? So we're going to TFNN, there's the page, Living 11, and there's a squat video, which we're going to use tomorrow.
I love it.
And this is really the start of the whole thing, because if you can do this, and then you free up your hips, you're using your abs, you're using the strength of your legs, you're using some balance, and this is the way that our ancestors sat. In fact, most of the world still sits in a squatting position. Of course, on the toilet, we don't even do that anymore.
Some of us do.
Yeah, well, I do too. Yeah, I have a little stool there that I use. But the thing is that we're so far removed from a primal, natural lifestyle that we want to get back to that, because that's, I think, one of the answers for health.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And as one of our Tigers just said in the den, it's awesome. He's up at 3 a.m. So,
beautiful.
It kicks off tomorrow morning, folks, 7 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to keep you healthy, keep you happy, get you ready for the marketplace, and
it's a new year and a new you.
And get a great education.
Yeah.
Well, and we're going to make you think, because, we really think that the best thing is for you to do your own investigation into the whole thing. And you can listen to all these experts. There's plenty of them out there.
Right.
But if you don't do your own investigation, you're not going to be bought into this is the way it really is.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Can you guys stay for another segment?
Yeah,
is that cool?
I can. Yeah.
Okay. So, you stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming back, because it's absolutely crucial to understand, and this is really, there's no doubt, this is different for Financial Network, for Trading Network, to have this, okay? We're really psyched about it, because I know, flat out, that working out in the morning keeps you as centered as you can be, depending whether you're a bull or a bear. Just think of this, I'm still alive, and I still got claws, and, the bottom line is that they got ripped off 1 million times last year. You stay right there, folks. Paige, Nico, and I are going to be coming right back.
All right.
Welcome back, folks, and we're talking about our new schedule for 2016. Nico and Paige are going to kick us off Tuesday and Thursday morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, Monday through Friday, TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is doing a program 5 days a week, folks, at noontime. And if you are in the option market, you want to be in the option market, outstanding program, phenomenal program. Darryl Mott, my son Tom, and myself, on Monday and Fridays, from 10 to 11, we do the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. That used to just be on Fridays. Now it's Monday and Fridays, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're doing Money Masters, same time, 10 to 11. And then on Tuesday and Thursday, our man, Mr. Andy Heck, will have the Commodity Hour. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we get 9 hours of live programming, 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. Tuesday, Thursday, And we love you, Al, our producer, one of our producers.
Sure.
He's just amazing. 7 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night.
He's an amazing guy, and he keeps this whole thing rolling.
No doubt.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, Paige, when we kick this out, well, no, we kick this out, but how are we going to keep people healthy?
Well, you know what? The way we keep people healthy is finding ways for them to do it and to be compliant and to stick for it.
That's a fact.
You're going to be healthy with doing things that you'll actually do. And as a holistic practitioner, holistic health coach, advisor, educator, you know, I like to joke that most people like to go to Nordstrom's. I like to, for fun, I like to go
I love Nordstrom's.
Yeah, I like to go get certifications. So I run around and learn about all kinds of things. And what I found is people will stick to things that resonate with them, that are simple, and that's what Nico and I have tried to do. You know, we worked with formulators for the Primal Edge, which is our supplementation, kind of a daily, I call it a one-shot wonder, because I really want, I mean, do I not believe there's other things that people need? Sure. In my practice, they come see me. There's other things that might be part of the tweaking, but, you know.
That's the basis right there.
Yeah, so we created that. But I really want to help people this year get to the basics. You know, let's bring good nutrition in.
Yeah.
Let's get the garbage out, the toxins.
Sure.
And those could be the emotions.
Yeah.
And they could be, you know, chemical toxins.
Sure.
And I want them to kind of suppress the appetite. You know, Nico and I talk a lot about all the additives they're adding to food so that we overeat.
Okay.
Many of us are overeating. Our primal ancestors didn't have that
they have
luxury.
that down pat.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. I mean, the cravings. You know what's wild is that there's. Okay, so the first time I had ice cream was the night before last, and I hadn't had it for like 6 months, and I love ice cream, man. And I know as soon as you have it, man, your history, because I want to want it again, you know. So, and it's cool, folks. What's cool is that knowing the difference now. Because even when I do it, I say to myself, okay, man, you know what I mean? Like, how bad am I going to be?
Yeah.
You know what? Let me just say one thing. What I also want to say this year is kind of part of my New Year thing is, let's just not take ourselves so seriously. Let's enjoy life, and let's realize we may accidentally eat a bowl of ice cream or a pancake. Let's forgive ourselves and have fun and just get back on track.
Yeah.
I agree, you can, but where the but comes in is that food and what they have in the food is so powerful that you can say that in your head, but the bottom line is that guess what? Then you're at it again.
You take that little tub
I agree with you.
Of
You know,
Haagen-Dazs, and you take a couple of spoons, and you'll eat the whole thing. That's what happens.
Oh,
with
definitely eat the whole thing. I won't even think that I'm going to eat a little.
Well, well, sometimes you fool yourself.
We talk about the opiates that are in breads. I mean, literally, guys, there's opiate-like substances that are in the packaged, boxed, and bagged food that makes you, say, I need more. I'm not satiated.
Sure.
And the other reason why we're not satiated is because we're not getting the nutrition we need. So our body is programmed to say, I want more, because it's desperately looking for some source of real food.
And what you know,
key right
and
there.
It's so cool, and you can see that. When we talk inflation and deflation, what happens, folks, is that if you go buy vegetables, fruits, and meat, it's wicked expensive compared to last year. Mm-hmm. Real food's expensive.
No doubt.
What's not expensive is the
Frankenfood.
Yeah, is the dollar.
And that's kind of where they get you.
For a dollar.
Right. Yeah.
Well, especially people who are on fixed incomes or people that are on lower incomes.
Right.
Then they're kind of trapped into that. But the little known fact is that when you get on the proper diet, the good food that's so expensive, you eat much less of it, and then you're not buying all the other stuff because you're not craving it. So actually, it's cheaper. Yeah. It's a lot cheaper. We're eating better now than we've ever have, and our food bill is less. And
you're going to live.
Well, that's true, too. And that's my passion right there.
When we cut to the chase, folks, that is what, number one, the program is going to get you to basically, where not going to make these claims that you're going to live forever, because you're not. None of us are.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that we know that if you do take care of yourself, whether it's 1 day, 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, and live in a healthy way, which is dynamite, man.
Well, let me say something. In exercise, we have a thing called countermeasures. Because exercise, to me, is kind of like a countermeasure.
Right.
Because we're doing things maybe repetitively, overuse, or maybe you're not doing enough.
Right.
So exercise is that countermeasure to fix those things. With food, it doesn't quite work that way. You're going to eat junk and then put a countermeasure in there. That's what the drug companies are trying to do.
Okay.
So with exercise, that works, but with food, that doesn't work. So you have to start off with the right food in the right quantities, and you'll be fine, and the exercise will take care of itself.
Food is foundational.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the movement, you know, and really about lowering stress.
Right?
How you move, how you breathe.
Right.
You know, we know that.
And here we are talking to traders who may be sitting down or standing up for long periods of time, and countermeasures are like the thing that we were talking about with the squatting.
Sure, right.
And so every morning I'm going to put something up there that's very easy, that'll take 10 or 15 minutes, or maybe even only 3 or 4 minutes for you to do. You can go that at your leisure, between the breaks, whatever you want to do. Still have the brakes on because we want to hear the commercials, but you know, that's how easy it actually is.
And
you don't
give them
have
an assignment to do
you know,
while they're on a break.
What really gets my goat is when you hear all those commercials that if you want to lose weight, you have to get on the treadmill, you have to do all this exercise. You can't exercise enough to do that. It all is about the food. If you want to lose weight, it's all about the food.
It's all about lowering the inflammation.
Yeah, and I'm a personal trainer. I want people to come in and see me, but I want to correct things and, you know, change their posture and help them move through life. But the food is what gets your weight to the proper. You're going to normalize.
And you know what you just said about the inflammation. It's huge, folks. When you get educated to the fact that inflammation is what many of the problems are. And then as Nico said, and when I'm explaining this to other folks saying, hey, you should go to Nico, what I think is always so cool is that, would you explain to me even 12 years ago, hey, nothing is overnight, man. And it's a change of a lifestyle.
It's what you do every day.
It's just a continual. It's getting up. It's grooving.
It's like that ice cream you're talking about. If you're going to eat a little ice cream every day, I believe that's probably what killed my dad, because he loved ice cream every night.
Yeah, that's too much.
It's too much, yeah. And that's the worst combination, because here you have the fat and the sugar together.
And there's 50 chemicals
in there. Yeah, so you got a real bad combination. So once in a while, it's not going to hurt you, but every day it will. So every day you need to have that foundation.
So get ready tomorrow morning and get your coffee ready and go out tonight and get some pure butter. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're going to be kicking off with some bulletproof coffee, folks.
That's what I'll have. Definitely. Yeah.
Kerry Gold. That's
we actually call it Tiger Brew here.
Tiger Brew.
But it comes from the bulletproof guy. He's the guy that invented it, and we should give him the kudos.
Yeah.
The thing is we're going to deconstruct what you're hearing out there on TV, in the books, in the magazines, and tell you what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, we're going to be giving you a lot of evidence that we spend all week, you know, reading, you know, cool, you know, cutting-edge information that's out there.
Yeah, we're looking forward to this.
Well, we look forward to tomorrow morning.
Thanks, Tom.
Cooking. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Thanks.
Tomorrow morning.
See you tomorrow.
You stay right there, folks.
Tomorrow.
We're going to be coming right back.